Yo, what's going on? We have a special Chatterbox episode today. Late to the party, whatever we want to call it. Um, Usually we wait until the main episode to talk about pretty much everything, right? But I did want to speak on this as it's something that's coming out today. Thank you for listening to another episode. We appreciate everybody who's following and who's been tapping in with us lately, right? So I don't want to talk about the beef between Drake and Kendrick too much. We all been trying to move away from it. A lot of people say that Kendrick is dragging it because he's the one on tour still performing the diss songs. He's not doing anything else except for performing his hits though. On the last episode of Late to the Party, I spoke about Let God Sort 'Em Out, which is Clipse new album, dropping in July. Okay, where I want to start. All right. So we had talks of a feature that Pusha T was waiting on. Right. Everybody was like, oh, the album is coming. They just waiting on this one feature, which I still think the feature that they was talking about may be a Jay-Z verse. But we do have confirmation that Kendrick Lamar is on this new album with the Clipse, which cool, exciting. It's good to hear them together. They've rapped together before on a great track, and they did that. Now I think with this new album, we are running to our first problem with Drake suing UMG. The problem is not that. The problem is not only that Drake is mad because somebody said something negative about him. It's the problem that now everything will be relating back to Kendrick saying something about Drake. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because Pusha T did an interview, and I think it was with GQ. I haven't read the whole thing, but I will. Before our next episode, I will try to dig deep into that a little bit more. But we have a Kendrick verse. So this album was supposed to come out actually last year, right? Sometime last summer when they was doing the LV, and then Pharrell had the Louis Vuitton thing, all that whatever, right? The album had to get pushed back due to Def Jam and UMG, which is the parent company of Def Jam, asking one of two things: Kendrick to censor his verse, or for the Clipse to take Kendrick's verse off the song. I haven't heard the song. No one had. I mean, I'm pretty sure people have, but the masses have not heard the song yet. But the word that I am hearing is it's not even a diss verse. He's not dissing anybody. But Def Jam and UMG did not like the optics of two people who's beefing with Drake to be on a song together. That's weird, right? So for Drake to tell UMG, I don't know how it went. I'm just going off of what some talking heads have told, right? Drake tells UMG, hey, we got to put a stop to this. UMG goes to Def Jam office and like, yo, I think we should do something about this. And Def Jam obliges to then turn to the Clipse and say, hey, we need y'all to censor his track, his verse. And shout out to the Clipse for saying, no, that's not going to happen, right? But they told the Clipse, they told Pusha T and No Malice that, hey, we need y'all to censor this man's verse, or completely remove his verse from the song. How crazy does that sound? This is the road that we're about to head down when it comes to words in music. Fuck how you feel about Drake. I'm still a fan of Drake. I still listen to Drake music. That has nothing to do with this though. Whether his music is good or not. The rabbit hole or the lane that we are about to go down now based off of a battle that another man has asked a man to drop, and then he dropped, and now you're so in your feelings. Not only are you suing, you're also trying to get shit to stop where this man eat. Def Jam says, okay, let us talk to Clipse. Let's talk to Pusha T and No Malice. Pusha T and them say, no, right? We're not going to censor it. We're not going to remove his verse. I love that. We standing on business, right? Def Jam and UMG then turns to Clipse and say, well, we're going to have to drop Clipse as a duo. Pusha T say, you drop them, you're going to have to drop me. On one hand, I love that they standing on that. Because the thing is, most people care about the hits and how it look. And nigga, we putting our shit out. We putting our art out to the public. So Clipse say, or Pusha T say, no, if you drop them, I'm still a solo artist, so we'll do this. Def Jam, like I said, on one hand, I love that he's standing on. I love that they are standing on business. This is our art. On the other hand, you have a Def Jam company who ain't been shit in years. You got a Def Jam company then saying, well, you know what? We'll drop y'all as a duo and drop you as a solo artist. What type of shit is that? So for everybody who's saying that UMG is trying to take Drake down, this is actually a knock to your argument. This is actually a knock to your argument saying that UMG has plotted this, because UMG would still try to put this out, because if it was a diss to Drake or if it was something that looked bad towards Drake, they would still push it. Not only did they not push it, they say, you know what? We don't even want y'all on the label no more. Now, shout out to Pusha T and Malice for getting a distribution deal with Roc Nation. Of course, Roc Nation is, Jay and them are going to rock. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we arguing over lyrics. To the Drake stance, this is the problem that we're now in. That companies are now going to start looking at artists and being like, because it ain't even, and the thing is, it's not what Kendrick is saying on the verse. I've yet to hear the verse. It's not even what Kendrick is saying on the verse. It's the optics of Kendrick. It's the optics of Kendrick and Pusha T standing next to each other after they both have demolished one of the biggest artists in the world. So now we run into that problem in that lane of, well, if y'all got a problem with Drake, I don't know if we can work with you no more. That gives me more, like, everybody is looking on the front end and saying Kendrick is dragging it or so-and-so is dragging it. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but because obviously Drake tried to get Kendrick off of the Like That song with Future. They try to get him to stop doing Not Like Us. I love that Kendrick is going around still performing Not Like Us. I remember me saying on this podcast with Dody, I remember saying, you know what? I want Kendrick just to stop. Don't even let this man. Oh no, fuck that now, because you are behind the scenes still doing stupid shit. You still moving like a bitch. Like, we on one hand don't want lyrics used in court. We don't want the labels to be able to stop what we saying, and we got free speech and all of this. But if it comes to the beloved Drake, we have to back. This is what makes listening to Drake kind of cringy at times. And this is why listening to Drake with the melodies, Crew Love, Controller, Family Closest, shit like that, it sounds better than listening to him trying to act tough, because It looked different now. One of my favorite songs, one of my newer favorite songs from Drake is Knife Talk. All right? It's so hard to listen to Knife Talk. I love Give Me a Hug, but it's so hard to listen to Give Me a Hug. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard. I was listening to one of his songs the other day where Drake talks about he twisting fingers for blah blah blah. You ain't twisting, man. This is why certain people get along with or want to get along with Drake, because we bitches too. But no, I think we are about to enter into a very interesting future when it comes to rap beefs. And everybody, like, they won't, not everybody, but I seen somebody's talking about Drake gonna be throwing shots again on his new album. Why are you throwing shots? Right now I'm in a position where you can throw all the shots you want, fam. It's not even worth it. You know the niggas in the hood or the niggas in the neighborhood where you from, that if you beat him up, you don't really get no points. It don't look good on you. That's what Drake is becoming. Be a pop star, go get your hits, man. Yes, go ahead and claim that you bigger and better than Michael Jackson has ever been, which is fucking idiot. That's just crazy to say. But go ahead and do that. Because now if I battle against you, I don't get nothing from it. Either I'm going to end up in court, or like if I win, I'm just going to end up into some, I was listening to the Brilliant Idiots podcast, and Charlemagne said that this man gave some folks the green light to do something to Charlemagne. But Charlemagne being cool with certain people, he got the heads up. That's what you doing off of words, my nigga? I like on the opposite end of that, I don't see how Thug, Lil Baby, Future, or whoever still looks at you like, yeah, that's still my nigga though. I'm gonna ride for it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna back off of you. That's just crazy. I just wanted to touch on that for a second, because think about that. UMG let Clipse go as a group. Also let Pusha T go as a group, because they didn't want to take Kendrick Lamar verse off a song. And yet and still, y'all believe UMG has Kendrick in a back pocket to try to take down Drake. That nigga just lost a battle. And now UMG and stupid ass Def Jam are playing into the games of, we must censor you. Make it make sense. I just wanted to tell y'all what's going on in the industry of hip hop right now. In the industry of hip hop right now. Thank you for listening to another vent session of Chatterbox. I'm out.